It is good to see you again. Have you need of something?
I would like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Okay. All right. Let me check something. Aleyana. Let's see here.
Blood and damnation.
Brosca.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Okay. just have to remember to use that. Okay.
Lost in damnation.
Pigeon crab.
Yes. Indeed.
Yes.
Horseflies.
Brosca. Yes.
Indeed.
Lost in damnation.
Whoops.
Brosca.
Of all the...
Indeed.
Yes.
The stamina is nice. Nice. Bigger mana pool is always good.
Brosca.
Blood and damnation.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just curious.
I'm always glad to see you, my friend. Is there something else you needed?
Is there anything else you can tell me about Zathrian? How are the hunters faring?
It distresses me to see them in such pain. If the cure can be found, I hope it is found quickly.
So do I. What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
I should go.
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
Yes? What is it you need? Have you news?
Questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Natia or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Are you doing the right things, though? Tell me more about this curse.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
How the curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Yeah, you don't want to for some reason. Let me ask about something else.
Go on, then.
Yeah,
Yes. What is it?
nothing. We've
Go
already
on,
talked
then.
about it. I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
You have a barbed tongue, Morrigan. Why do you treat others in this way?
I owe you no explanation. There is no writing on my forehead that says, "Please, guide me."
You are traveling with these people. It behooves you to be civil.
You were too transparent, old woman. Do not bring up our companions when all you wish is for me to be civil to you. I am not one of your circle apprentices, to hang on your every word. I am not Alistair, who sees in you a surrogate mother.
No, it is obvious you are nothing like Alistair.
Take your lectures elsewhere. They mean nothing to me.
Make them both mad. Mother and daughter fights. That was a bit bracing for a moment. Oh well.
and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
See where it's been.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Enchantment?
No, thank you. Not yet. Wow. This saw sword is really impressive.
Enchantment?
Some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
We'll see how this goes.
I stand ready.
I understand. And the Swamp Witch is out to slay its own mother.
The swamp witch.
Entirely in self-defense.
So it claims. It could not have been its plan from the very beginning, then.
I knew nothing about my mother's intentions prior to finding the book. It was your notion I arranged that.
Unnecessary, considering it is the only one who can read the book. It could just as well be a journal or a book of recipes.
Would you like me to teach you how to read the book? Then you can see for yourself.
Now it is testing me.
Well, do you care enough to learn or no?
No, I do not care.
You're just messing with
Then
me.
leave me be.
But it's so much fun to mess with you. It's show messing with cousin Morgan, or my little sister. Or my sister Morgan. But I don't know if I would put that past her. I could see her doing it, yeah. Actually, to be honest, that'll dilute it too fast. And I want her to keep a big pool in reserve. Fine. No, I'm being a fool. Sorry. I'm not using my head properly. There are better weapons that I could be using, which I will have to. This whole thing just seems wrong somehow. I mean, this area is nice, peaceful, and idyllic. I haven't spoken to Myth for a while.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
I understand.
Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception.
That's
but
okay.
I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Dareth Shiral to you too. And I understand. And it's all work.
I have a question it may be able to answer, Elder Mage.
Must it always be Elder Mage? I'm not a wizened old crone just yet.
Would it prefer Mage well past her prime don't mind the sagging bits?
You have an odd way of requesting answers to your questions.
I'm curious about the abominations of the tower. Is it possible for such a creature to become human again?
Yes, it is simply very difficult. It requires travel into the Fade.
And? Is the mage the same afterwards as the mage was before?
No, I have never met such a person, but no, they are changed forever.
I understand. Thank you for the answer, wise one.
Ah, that's good. Thank you, Aunt Shale. That was really nice of you to say to win.
As you say.
That was really good of a thing for you to say to Mama win. Good job there. It's a very nice thing to say.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Serious, buddy.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
I'm not using my head.
Enchantment?
some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Nah, that's not the best way of doing it anyway.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
What would you like?
My friend. shall be done.
Okay.
Very well.
Alright, wait a second. Something's wrong
Command
with
me.
me.
Your direction?
Here I am.
No. Sorry. Let's see how this goes.
Fine.
Well, that's... Yep. Of course.
Hurry!
Everybody, stay back.
Direct me.
Healers won the day!
Okay. Oh, great. And then you. Out the moon. Yeah, he hurts my dog quick and fast. Yeah, these guys hit hard. They're like shrieks, but worse. Try that on him. No, buddy. Do not do that. Okay. Because they have those stealthed guys like me. And like me, I think they like to go into the back ranks. And you have a stun. They both have stuns, but they can get on you and hurt.
Oh?
Check some things out. Alright. Okay, shell. Okay.
Of course. Aware.
Boy, isn't that interesting? Get him. Alright. Give me that rock. Okay. No, don't run in there. Okay. Shale. Ready? Go. Let's see. Should have done this. Okay. Werewolf. Okay. Ah, so be very careful. Alright. I'm always worried about them coming back and hitting one of my guys.
You fare well?
Because shrieks are dangerous, but those guys, these Shadow Wolves, they seem much more dangerous.
Yes.
Once
Your
you start
direction.
concentrating fire on them, they go down quick, which is good. Once you start concentrating fire on them, they go down quick, which is good. Okay.
What would you like? Very well.
A trap.
I shall do it.
Okay. Ouch.
Of course.
What shall we do?
Yes.
This is one of the reasons why I like to have the enemy often come to me, unless I've got good rogues or a good idea of what's on the other side. The simple reason is I know what's over here. I don't know what's over there. Okay, doggy din din. Alright.
Command me.
Of course.
These werewolves, particularly the stealth ones, very scary. You gotta get on them quick before they get on you. They go down fast once you focus the assaults on them. But they worry me. Because intelligence tells me they have the capacity to overwhelm, like spiders and shrieks, but probably nastier. I'll have to do a quick through Flaeliana after this. Later, but not right now. Something great. Something has to come to a head soon. I know I've had to go back and forth a few times. It may not have been necessary, but there's something wrong. The werewolves, sometimes they just attack like that, other times they will fight. I don't know. There's something going on. There's something with Zathrian that's going on. I've been told repeatedly that Zathrian hasn't told me everything. Now I remember talking to him before. He basically told his people to back off and to fall back and protect the lady. He wasn't like as impassioned and aggressive as Swiftwater was. He was more moderate, more prudent, more circumspect.
Brothers and sisters, be at ease. We do not wish any more of our people hurt. I ask you this now, outsider. Are you willing to parley?
Like you parlayed. Who are you?
I am merely another of the cursed who guards the entrance to our sanctum. I have been sent to parley.
Like you parlayed with the Dalish?
That was different. The lady believes that the Dalish have not told you everything, so she has asked that you be brought to her. She means you no harm, provided your willingness to parley in peace is an honest one.
Zathrian talks about Witherfang, but they talk about the lady. If you were willing to talk, why didn't you earlier?
Swiftwater did not think it would matter.
Yeah.
The lady disagrees. And since you have forced your way this far, we must acquiesce to her wishes.
Yeah, I did try to talk to him several times. He's your Lady Witherfang.
She is not Witherfang, but she can tell you of Witherfang if you ask. But first, you must agree to parley.
How do I know I won't be walking into another ambush?
What would be the point? You have already proven your strength. We have no wish to anger you further.
Okay. So why doesn't she come and speak to me herself?
We would not let her. We will protect Our Lady to our last breath. It may yet come to pass that you will kill the rest of us. But until then, we will not chance her coming to harm.
Then take me to this lady.
It wishes to speak to these creatures? What is the point? We've slaughtered our way this far. What's a bit further?
It is never a weakness to seek out alternatives, Aunt Shale.
Fine. Arguing with that logic will just give me a headache, I swear.
Follow me. But I warn you, if you break your promise and harm her, I will come back from the Fade itself to see you pay.
This is not good. We're totally surrounded by very powerful beings. This is terrible. This is very bad. This is horrible. This is not good. Okay.
I bid you welcome, mortal. I am the Lady of the Forest.
So here's the thing. We were completely surrounded when we came in. If they all rushed us and coordinated their attacks, they all hit us at once, they could have overwhelmed us. They would have definitely killed at least some, probably all of us. So clearly she wants to talk. Thank you. I'm glad we had this chance to talk.
Do not listen to her, lady.
Swift
She
Runner.
will betray you. We must attack her now.
Hush, Swift Runner. Your urge for battle has only seen the death of the very ones you've been trying to save. Is that what you want?
No, my lady. Anything but that.
And the time has come to speak with this outsider, to set our rage aside. I apologize on Swift Runner's behalf. He struggles with his nature.
As do we all, lady.
Truer words were never spoken. But few could claim the same as these creatures, that their very nature is a curse forced upon them. No doubt you have questions, mortal. There are things that Zathrian has not told you.
Yes. Take Delilah. He tells him, oh, she's dead. Tells Arthas, her husband, she's dead. He doesn't believe her. Doesn't show her the body. I tell him that. They talk. I don't believe that. The hunters say, they launched a coordinated assault. No, that's impossible. They're beasts. I'd like to know what happened. Oh, listen to this guy. Have him tell you the story, even though I'm the oldest person here who would know most about it. How do you know what he has or has not told me?
Because there are things that he would not tell. Things that you should decide for yourself, whether you need to know. It was Zathrian who created the curse that these creatures suffer. The same curse that Zathrian's own people now suffer. Centuries ago, when the Dalish first came to this land, a tribe of humans lived close to this forest. They sought to drive the Dalish away. Zathrian was a young man then. He had a son and daughter he loved greatly. And while out hunting, the human tribe captured them both.
The humans tortured the boy, killed him. The girl they raped and left for dead. The Dalish found her, but she learned later she was with child. She killed herself.
That's horrible. They deserved whatever they got.
Indeed they did.
Zathrian came to this ruin and summoned a terrible spirit, binding it to the body of a great wolf. So Witherfang came to be. Witherfang hunted the humans of the tribe. Many were killed, but others were cursed by his blood, becoming twisted and savage creatures.
Twisted and savage, just as Witherfang himself is.
So the Dalish leader misled us.
Yes.
It is not surprising, is it?
No.
No, just trying to picture his little elf head squishing. Ah, there we go.
They were driven into the forest. When the human tribe finally left for good, their cursed brethren remained. Pitiful and mindless animals.
Okay.
Until I found you, my lady. You gave me peace.
I showed Swiftrunner that there was another side to his bestial nature. I soothed his rage and his humanity emerged. And he brought others to me.
So why didn't you rejoin human society?
They are still cursed, mortal. The bestial side of their nature cannot be denied, and this places them forever outside of the company of their people. We seek to end the curse. The crimes committed against Zathrian's children were grave, but they were committed centuries ago by those who are long dead.
What?
Word was sent to Zathrian every time the landships passed this way, asking him to come, but he has always ignored us.
Wait a second.
We will no longer be denied.
We spread the curse to his people, so he must end the curse to save them.
Please, mortal. You must go to him. Bring him here. If he sees these creatures, hears their plight, surely he will agree to end the curse.
I will bring Zathrian. Let's just consider for a moment in the initial response of what happened here. These werewolves, the people I have been fighting and killing, and where I've been worried about my own people getting hurt and killed, and we have gotten hurt fighting these people, are not the same people who killed his children. They are generations down the line. Initially, when Swiftrunner said that, I assumed that he was one of those who had also participated in the death of the son and daughter and had lived. But that being a werewolf granted you unnaturally long life. It evidently does not. He's evidently a descendant of those way down the line. So what has happened here? What has happened here is this guy, to punish this tribe, creates this werewolf that will attack anyone, kills the people who deserve it, but also kills other people, and spreads this disease to anyone who comes to this forest and runs into them. Which could include elves, by the way. Just some poor elf that wanders out too far and gets attacked. From maybe a different clan or caravel, but it doesn't matter. And so these people did not do with that. They are innocent. And what he is doing is so wrong. It is completely wrong. And they attack him out of desperation if they try to talk to him. And he refuses to see them. His own people. He knows why they did this. And he has not told the people of his clan why he did this. And he has not told the people of his clan why they did this, because they would stop him. They would not agree to this. They would see them and they would insist that he care. That's why he doesn't tell. Because he cares more for a revenge that is pointless, because the people are now dead who did it. He's already killed them. But he cares more about that than he does about his own people and his own hunters and the own future of his tribe. How many young elves were like Camin and Gaina who got killed or had to die or be put down. He helped put his own people down who suffer from this curse. So he could keep up a curse that no longer punishes the guilty. He has no... And the people trust him because they assume that as a keeper he'll have their best interest at heart. This has to be stopped. This is terrible. This is monstrous. He has to face the enormity of his crimes and do something. And another thing, the keeper system is bad. The keeper system is wrong. The keeper system is terrible because it is trusting in a leader with no accountability and elevates them in that position. And they brainwash the people to do this. The keeper system is bad. It needs to be more democratic. It is awful. You know, this... Wow. Wow. Just how terrible this is. At so many levels. Oh, and by the way, here's the other thing. It's interesting to hear elves talk about being enslaved when a spirit was bound and enslaved. And yes, I know that spirits seem evil and maybe terrible, but here's the thing. She's Witherfang. They say she isn't, but she almost certainly is. That's part of the reason why she hasn't said that. But I gotta be honest, she's not that bad. She's not that terrible. She seems to have calmed their natures down. And he's imprisoned her, this spirit, which he shouldn't have done, even if it was bad ones. He got his justice long ago in the most irresponsible and indiscriminate way possible. He refuses to take any accountability for it. The fact that his children died is irrelevant at this point. He's doing these horrible things. He has to be stopped. I will bring Zathrian.
Tell him if he refuses, I will ensure that Witherfang is never found. He will never cure his clan. Outside of this chamber, the passage leading back to the surface has been opened for you. Return with Zathrian as soon as you can.
Again, I've been sent out to fight and kill a bunch of people who I would not have had to kill. Literally, I would not have had to kill these people if not for Zathrian. He could have just come in here and negotiated something and saved them. Or else something else. So he's been using me to kill a bunch of people who acted out of desperation against him. And who in and of them, when he is the person who is acting in the wrong. And he has even wronged his own people. He'd rather them die than give up on this revenge. Because he would have to face ugly things and responsibility about himself. And he refuses. Trying to live out, pointlessly, live out a revenge that has been long dead and can no longer be achieved. And he achieved it, but it wasn't good enough. He's punishing people who had nothing to do with the crime. And anyone who's innocent and wanders into this place by mistake and runs afoul of the werewolves. And to what extent has this helped to poison this forest, the Brazilian forest, to make it worse? And he's sitting there watching his own hunters suffer and die. Maybe even killing them to stop them from becoming werewolves. Think about that. He stands there and watches as they probably kill hunters infected with the disease, as he sees them dead, and he refuses to tell his people the truth. Because if they knew, they would do something about it. They would have to do something about it. The keeper system is wrong. The elves are not just... No, this is... And of course it all began by enslaving someone when they complain about being mistreated by the humans. Because I know that she's Witherfang. I know this. And she didn't deserve that. She's sentient. This is... What he's doing is wrong on so many levels. It's such a despicable crime. And he doesn't have the right to act... And it doesn't matter that his son and daughter died. And it doesn't matter, oh, we're elves, we're special, we live so long. No, you don't anymore. Even you who live centuries. It doesn't give you the right to do this. They're just as have as much of a right to you. And what about all of the young elves who suffer? All the Kamen and Gaina likes who suffer because of this. And people might say, oh, but the werewolves didn't have to do that. Well, the werewolves are totally wronged. What are the werewolves going to do, huh? Are they going to go up there? No. And say, hey, your keeper, who you trust, honor, and venerate, who's lived so long, he did this crappy thing for us. Please make him stop. They're not going to do that. They're going to attack and kill you. They're not going to believe you. And they tried to contact him on mutual times. Remember when they said whenever caravans go by, they try to pass the information and stuff on, and he gets it and he won't? And he has to know that the people who did this are dead. This is totally senseless. And he doesn't tell his own people about the truth of this. And he sits there and watches, may even help to kill the ones before they become werewolves. There are elves, from what I could tell, that have been killed rather than become werewolves, or have killed themselves. And he knows this. And he sat there, and he watched it. And how many innocent people? This is monstrous. And I could have been killed. The people in my party could have been killed. None of this had to happen. I don't believe in killing people in this manner. It wasn't necessary. I'm totally appalled at how he just. The elves are Dalish is supposed to be one big family. Some treatment of your own family, and your responsibilities and duties as a leader. He has failed as a leader. What he has done is despicable, morally, practically, pragmatic, on every level. I'm going the wrong way. I need to calm down. I need to focus. This offends me on so many levels. On so many levels, this offends me. I'm appalled at so many levels. What has happened, what he has done. And I'm angry, but right now it's an intellectual form of anger, of indignation and outrage, but nausea and disgust. Completely wrong. Completely immoral. Completely despicable. Shameful in every regard. Appalling. Appalling beyond belief.
What shall we do?
Completely outrageous. Interesting. Come on. Just... Well, isn't this interesting? Speak of the literal devil. One of the most I see myself principally now as a leader, not a duster. Someone with duties and responsibilities. And he has betrayed the trust to his family that he now has, the elves, in a way I never would have. In a despicable, horrible way. Living out some pointless, meaningless revenge fantasy. Killing his own people and damning innocents. His own... Hiding behind it. Just despicable. As much as I hated Orzammar, even the nobles would do that to their own people a lot of times. Even to their own troops. He's worse than... We as castles weren't viewed as humans. Not humans, but as sentient as people of any note. but people of note that you were supposed to respect. Nobles did care at some extent about their house, or were expected to. And this keeper system, the total betrayal of trust, this they need to democratize so that they don't allow abuses of power by this piece of shit.
Ah, and here you are already.
Yes. Here I fucking am. Didn't trust me, did you?
I don't like this one. Can we not simply crush its head?
He wishes to see if we did his work for him. Is that not why you were here now, sorcerer?
Do not call me that, witch.
Fuck
I am
off.
keeper of this clan, and have done what I must. Did you acquire the heart?
You have not done what you must. And don't you dare insult my sister. You fraud. You despicable, vile, vituperous piece of excrement. You make me want to vomit. You have betrayed every element of being a keeper, who have betrayed your own people and used them as a cat's paw for achieving a meaningless revenge that is long dead and can no longer be achieved. Because you view yourself as better than them. Because why? Because you have magic and have lived longer. Because you abuse a system that unfairly gives you power, and they naively trusted you. You worthless, despicable, nauseating, vomit-inducing wretch of a creature. Ugh. You make me want to vomit and puke. Fuck you. And you have not done what you must. When your children died, yes, you did what you must. You got your revenge. But there's no reason that you must do this. What you must have done, what you were supposed to do, was find a way to save your own people, and to do what is morally right and set an example by taking off a curse that punished others, and not enslaving a spirit, Witherfang, or the Lady of the Forest, because I know that's what she is. So no, I haven't acquired the heart, you motherfucker, but I do know I want to reach into your chest and rip yours out and shove it down your throat, and watch it work down your Adam's apple, and your eyes bulge out as I make you eat it and swallow it. No, I didn't.
You didn't. May I ask then, why are you leaving the ruin?
To haul your worthless fucking ass back to fix a problem you created. So you knew about this ruin. Why didn't you tell me?
There was no need.
Bullshit.
I knew you would find it, and I did not care to give you a history lesson about things that have...
You arrogant jackass!
But it seems the spirit convinced you to act on her behalf.
You arrogant jackass.
Acquire what she wants.
You are arrogant. You know what? It's no wonder your kids got killed if you're that stupid. So let me explain some basic tactics to you, all right, and strategy. Because then maybe, if you listened to that in the first place, that kind of idiocy probably wouldn't have got your kids killed. I'm in an operation. I need to know what my environment is. I need to know what the threat is. I need to know what's out there to ambush me and attack me. It makes a bit of difference if it's a wide open plain, or it's a narrow valley, or it's wide rooms, or it's narrow hallways, so that I can plan and conduct operations. And if I know where it is, I'll get there faster. So yeah, you could have told me, and you should have told me, you idiot. You know, this kind of stupidity is probably why your kids wandered into the forest and got killed. This kind of incompetence. Or maybe you just... Oh, and the arrogance with it. Oh, rip out your tongue and shit down your throat. This is why the keeper system is awful. No, he's not a good man. He's a despicable, wretched, vile, vulpine creature. A disgusting corpulent, not corpulent, but a disgusting cadaverous vulture of a thing. What is it you think she wants?
To survive, I suspect. That is the common nature amongst all such creatures. The will to survive.
It's pretty much the truth for all of us.
You do understand that she actually is Witherfang?
Oh, yes, I know that. Yes, I thought as much.
She is the powerful spirit of this ancient forest
that you
I
imprisoned
long ago
and enslaved
in the body of the wolf. Her nature is that of the forest itself. Beautiful and terrible, serene and savage, maiden and beast. She is the lady and Witherfang both, two sides of a single being.
And you enslaved her.
The curse came first from her. Those she afflicted with it mirrored her own nature, becoming savage beast as well as human.
But you are the one who summoned her, knowing this would happen. You are the one who bears responsibility. See how he tries to deflect? See how he goes, oh, well, she did this. I merely summoned her to get punishment. Yeah, but you knew something like this would happen, and you did nothing to resolve it. You are responsible. This is like someone murdering someone at the behest of another, and the person who ordered it saying, I didn't swing the sword. Someone else did. You have no response. This is a classic example why you have no response, no reason to be a leader. Any real leader understands the game, understands the truth. Anyone worth their salt and worth following, with a piece of moral and ethical standing. The curse came first from you.
They attacked my clan, and they were the same savages then.
No, they weren't. Those people are dead.
They deserve to be wiped out and not defended. Come, I will accompany you back to the ruin. Let us go and speak to the spirit, and I will force her into Witherfang's form. He may then be slain and the heart taken.
They are not the same people who did it, even if you associate it with the clan. That was hundreds of years ago. I assure you, the werewolves have regained their mind.
Even so, they are still the same worthless.
See, you know! You fucking know!
They deserve nothing more than the misery they possess.
Wrong,
motherfucker! This is not your battle, Grey Warden. Let us just take the heart and be done with it.
You're asking me to be immoral like you. You're asking me to be worthless like you. This is how evil fucking people like you always goddamn operate. You're like, why don't you just murder him and take the money? You won't have any responsibilities for it. Nothing bad will fucking happen to you. Be a piece of shit like me.
You were not there. You did not see what they did to my son, to my daughter.
They didn't do it.
So many others.
They didn't do it. Fuck you.
You know how we had to struggle.
Fuck you.
How could I have let their crimes go unanswered?
You motherfucker. You goddamn fucking piece of shit. Don't you ever fucking lay that on me. I'm not Dalish? No, I was fucking worse. I was fucking castless. You think you had it tough wandering around the fucking forest picking daisies? You bastard. You fucker. Don't you ever lay that on me. You think you have it tough compared to people, city elves, that gotta scrimp and bow and are often virtually enslaved? Fuck you. You have it fucking easy. You have it fucking easy. How dare you talk to me? You have stories. We have none. You have a name. We don't even exist in my world. I'm not allowed to do anything. I was not allowed to do anything or be anything. We aren't even allowed to have jobs. You get to hunt in the forest. You get to hunt in the forest and eat meat and talk around and sit around campfires and whine about how shitty your lot in life is. I wish we had that, because we sit around and fucking starve. Or we're forced to prostitute ourselves out as an institution. That was Rika, and that was almost me. And you sit there and you try to talk about how your life is fucking tough. Any city elf has a life 10 times worse than yours. And any Cassis has a life 100 times worse than them. You have it fucking easy. Don't you ever, ever, ever try to play the aggrievement card with me. Don't you ever do that. You wouldn't last one day in Dust Town. You have to be a criminal there, or you starve and die, or you're a prostitute, and you're not even allowed to exist. We aren't even considered in the books. You have records. Even the city elves have records. You create stories. You find a history. We are not allowed that. You get to have the Hala. You get to travel around the world in Aravels. We have nothing. We sit in dung. Don't you ever fucking sit there and expect me to say that, yes, you have a right to unjustly murder and damn and condemn a bunch of people who had nothing to do with crimes that happened 1,000 years ago, basically, hundreds of years ago, and to have any poor schlep traveler traveling there happen to it, and you don't have a right to sit there and watch your own elven people die and become these horrible monsters because you won't acknowledge what you did, and to lie and hide the truth from them. You are the most despicable person here. You are the failure here. And you even acknowledge that they didn't kill your children because it was ancestors. Don't sit there and go, well, I'm an elf, I think differently. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because if an elf did think differently, you would tell your other elves, wouldn't you? They would know, and they would say, yes, Zathrian, you're right. They should suffer because their ancestors did this. But you don't tell them that, because you know that they know that it's wrong. And you sit there and you try to tell me that I'm supposed to excuse you because you're Dalish and you had your life it was so tough because you had to pick lilies in the fields and you got to hunt, eat fresh deer and travel around. That's so much worse than sitting in your own rot in Dust Town where rats are a valuable commodity. It must be nice to be able to, take a bath in a stream, whereas people have to go hungry so they could take a bath in our place and have some scum named Barat who would take the money from us. And the only reason that we got that well was because I was one of his hippies who had to bully and break and hurt people. And I knew it was wrong, and you know it's wrong, but I was stuck a lot more than you. And the one thing I regret is I didn't leave sooner. But here's the thing. The only way to escape is to give everything up that you know. You at least exist. You've been able to create some stories. Get back some history. We are denied history from birth. You fucking bastard. We're going back there, and you're going to fucking remove that goddamn curse. These crimes were committed centuries ago.
I remember them as if it were yesterday.
That doesn't matter!
Even if they are more than animals now, they desire nothing but revenge. They will never let my plan be.
They will if you let them save them. So your answer is let them suffer forever.
Tell me, if you held your own daughter's lifeless body in your arms,
they didn't do it!
would you have sworn an eternity of pain on those who did such to her?
They didn't do it! They didn't do it!
Very well. You wish me to go and talk? I will do so. But what if it is only more revenge they wish? Will you safeguard me from harm?
Unless you attack first.
I fail to see the purpose behind this, but very well. It has been many centuries now. Let us see what the spirit has to say. So here you are, spirit.
She is the lady.
Back off, Swift Runner.
You will address her properly.
Back off, Swift Runner.
You've taken a name, spirit, and you've given names to your pets, these beasts who follow you.
It was they who gave me a name, Zathrian. And the names they take are their own. They follow me because I help them to find who they are.
Who they are has not changed from whom their ancestors were. Wild savages.
They are
worthless
different.
Dogs. Their twisted shape only mirrors their monstrous...
You created that!
He will not help us, lady. It is as I warned you. He is not here to talk.
No, I am here to talk, though I see little point in it. We all know where this will lead. Your nature compels it, as does mine.
It does not have to be that way. There is room in your heart for compassion, Zathrian. Surely your retribution is spent.
It isn't even retribution.
My retribution is eternal.
But it's not just...
As is my pain. This is justice, no more.
No, it's not!
Are you certain your pain is the only reason you will not end this curse? Have you told the mortal how it was created?
Oh, no, he hasn't. And this isn't justice. Because it's not punishing the people who are responsible. And it's not... And if you elves truly believe that it was, why haven't you told your own people where this came from? And it wouldn't matter. It would still be wrong even if you believed that it was. Because of some, elvish culture. No. It's not justice. And it is not even retribution. Retribution is a form of justice. There are questions about retribution. There are negative aspects to retribution compared to, say, rehabilitation. But retribution, there is a legitimate case for retribution. This is simply injustice. This is simply criminality. This is an abuse of power. These people did not do it. And if you sit there and go, well, they were from the people who did it, so there. No. No, that doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work is because you haven't told the other elves about it, have you? But even if you did, and even if they believe that, it'd still be wrong. Because guess what? I know that there are elvish clans that murder humans on sight and that act like bandits on sight. Does that mean I should damn all elves for this? I don't think so. I know there have been times when the wars you fought, when much of the complaint have been also been partly your doing, that there have been responsibilities on your own. Does that mean that I damn you and I say that it's okay that the Dales were wiped out? No. Does that mean... That doesn't justify that, and this doesn't justify this. Because if we judge all the elves by that, then humans would have any convenient pretext to do things like the Dales to you whenever they wanted to enslave you. Because there's been wrong done on both sides. But the truth is, everybody knows, and the fact that the humans have been the worst oppressors against you, relatively speaking, particularly what they've done in terms of how you've been forced to flee, doesn't give you the right to this. There's no special thing, particularly to a casteless person, because my life as a casteless was worse than the average life of a Dalish. That's a fact. Just like your life is better than the ones in the city elves, on average. That's the thing that really got me. That I don't understand what being oppressed is. That I don't understand what pain is. Being looked down on is. Oh, you wouldn't last it a day in Dust Town, or an afternoon. He said he summoned you and bound you to a wolf. And you imprisoned a spirit, just as you complained about imprisonment. But let's imprison a sentient being.
And so he did. Witherfang and I are bound as one being. But such powerful magic could not be accomplished without Zathrian's own blood.
Of course.
Your people believe you have rediscovered the immortality of their ancestors, Zathrian, but that is not true. So long as the curse exists, so do you.
Oh.
No, that is not how it is.
Why should I believe a liar like you? They may have lied to me about her, but they did it to protect her. And even though they started a lot of those fights, I've killed a lot of them. I get why they're behaving the way they are. Because for all they knew initially, I was just a mercenary hired. They didn't know. But you have lied and misled, and you've done it to your own people who have suffered and died for it. Just how far will you go for your revenge? A meaningless revenge, Zathrian.
I did it for my people.
No, you didn't!
I did it for my son and my daughter. For them, for justice, I would do it.
No, you didn't!
The curse would not end with Zathrian's death. His life, however, relies on its existence. And I believe his death plays a part in its ending.
Then we kill him!
No.
We tear him apart now!
For all your powers of speech,
you made him that way.
What would you gain from killing me? Only I know how the ritual ends, and I will never do it.
Ha! You see? We must kill them all!
See? They turn on you as quickly.
That's because you made them this way.
Come here to do, Grey Warden, or get out of my way.
Fuck you. You don't talk down to me. You on this course if I have to...
Then you die with them.
You motherfucker.
All of you will suffer as you deserve.
No, we don't, you fucking goddamn son of a bitch. You fucking piece of dog shit.
Enemies
First things fucking first.
approaching!
There. Hey. Have fun. Yeah, that's much better. Everybody, get that piece of shit. Okay.
No, no more. I cannot defeat you.
Finish it. Kill him now.
No.
Oh, somebody please kill somebody.
No, Swift Runner.
Yeah, don't.
We will
Stand
not
back, buddy.
kill him. If there is no room in our hearts for mercy, how may we expect there to be room in his?
Yes.
I cannot do as you ask, Spirit. I am too old to know mercy. All I see are the faces of my children, my people. I cannot do it.
Would you really let your clan die for this?
Perhaps I have lived too long. This hatred in me is like an ancient, gnarled root. It has consumed my soul. What of you, spirit? You are bound to the curse just as I am. Do you not fear your end?
You are my maker, Zathrian. You gave me form and consciousness where none existed. I have known pain and love, hope and fear, all the joy that is life. Yet of all things, I desire nothing more than an end. I beg you, Maker, put an end to me. We beg you, show mercy.
You shame me, spirit. I am an old man, alive long past his time.
Then you will do it? You will end the curse?
Yes, I think it is time. Let us put an end to it all.
Oh no.
It's over. She's gone. And we're human. I can scarcely believe it.
So what are you gonna do now?
We'll leave the forest, I suppose. Find other humans, see what's out there for us. It should be quite interesting, don't you think? Thank you. We'll never forget you.
The only thing that makes me feel bad about this is that it happened in the middle of a blight. I wish it had happened at a different time. Yeah, I wish it happened at a different time, so they wouldn't have to know a blight immediately. There's stuff here I know. I need to check.
It speaks.
Never mind. I need to sort this out. I need to think about it. It's strange because I know I've done a good thing. It was really great to save the Earl of Redcliffe, the village of Redcliffe.
Immediately.
To find a way to save the kid without killing him, Connor. And I'm really happy that we were able to,
as you say,
to save these people as well. To save both the elves and the werewolves. But it was still sad seeing the lady die. And there are painful and frightening lessons for me to learn about leadership from Zathrian, from the example of Zathrian. And we're going to come back with Leliana, and yeah, we'll come back with Leliana, and double check everything on that werewolf flare, and it'll be right there. Witherfang is, according to the Keeper Zathrian, a wolf. It appears that Witherfang has two sides, as nature does. One is the wolf, savage and male, but the other is the lady of the forest, gentle and female. I want to say something. I've known a lot of fierce women and a lot of gentle men. Witherfang is both beast and beauty, terrible and peace-loving, or both beast and handsome dude. The lady has guided the werewolves of the Brazilian forest to come to peace with their nature, as she has. I'm going to come back with Leliana and try to resolve what I experienced here. I'm happy, but I'm also disturbed and worried. Because there's something about this that does worry me. Okay, that's good.
It is done. The essence of the wolf's heart has banished all traces of cursed blood from the hunters. It is too bad that Zathrian had to die. I felt it when he departed. I think he was ready to go.
It isn't too bad that he died. He deserved to die. I'm glad that he's dead. He should have died. Everything, what he did was inexcusable. Did you know about his connection to the curse?
I suspected. But Zathrian did not like to talk about that. Nonetheless, the curse is over, and no one else will be subjected to it. It will be difficult to fill Zathrian's shoes. He was our keeper for many centuries, and he will be sorely missed. But I am keeper now. Let me say it officially then. I hereby swear to uphold the terms of the ancient contract our people formed with the Grey Wardens. Call, and we shall come, with great speed and purpose, and we shall strike at your foes. This I swear.
Given what I've seen of the Keepers and the sins of Zathrian, I'd like to see a vote on it. A democratic vote. I think that you need that to avoid this kind of abuse of power by people like Zathrian. How long before your people are ready?
It will be some time. The curse leaves the hunters slowly, and they must regain their strength before they are ready to fight. It has been a long time since the Dalish marched to war, but I trust that in the end, we shall make a difference for you.
Long ago, in retribution for an attack against his clan, he unleashed a terrible curse. He summoned a spirit into this world and set it upon the humans who had wronged him. The spirit did not simply slaughter Zathrian's enemies, it transformed them into monstrous beasts. In time, however, the werewolves he created regained their minds, and they sought out the one responsible for the suffering, turning the curse upon Zathrian's own people. And these werewolves that were passed down through the line, and this is so important, it's not mentioned here, and it better be, were the descendants, long descendants, of people who had committed the crime and had not done it themselves. And his own people did not know what he had done and were not informed. And any poor schlep of a traveler who traveled in there got it too. At the urging of the Lady of the Forest, Natia persuaded Zathrian to give up his own life, returning the werewolves to their human forms and saving the elves who had been inflicted with the curse. I didn't do it. The example of the Lady of the Forest did. Because she was willing to give up her own life to save everybody. Elves, wolves, any poor schlep of a traveler. And ultimately give Zathrian the opportunity to redeem his honor, utterly tarnished and despoiled by his betrayal of his own people. And he ultimately saved him and his character, which was utter excrement, which had been reduced to a pulsating, pus-filled lump of unreasoning hate and vicious, despicable, wanton, senseless acts of cruelty in the form of an alleged mockery of an atrocity of justice that he believed was the right thing to do. Just, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know how to put the words together properly. He abused his power, and she maintained it properly. She was the true leader there. She was a better leader than me. Shale, you had the right of it about wanting to squash his puppy head, but now I'm just feeling really tired. Really exhausted.
Horse
Frost and damnation. Indeed.
Yes.
Actually, I'm not thinking right.
Of all the...
Horse.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Pigeon crap, yes.
I'm just not thinking right.
Command me.
I need to put things back into perspective. We still have a mission to do. Okay, we need to think. We need to think. Get things back into perspective. Get things back into perspective. I want to talk to everyone as I think about this. Talk to Liliana as we quickly peruse the place.
Brosca.
Blood and
The
damnation.
ruins. We're going to go back to the ruins with her.
Frost and damnation. Indeed. Forceful. Of all the...
Yes.
Yes.
Lost and damnation.
Let's talk to everybody first. Zathrian might like talking to the elves a bit as well. That he originally his mother came from.
Let us pray to the creators, Lethaline. All-Father, may you forgive our part in this tragedy. Would our sons and daughters have died if not for our pride? Falandine, friend of the dead, may you guide our sons and daughters safely into the beyond. And most of all, he who hunts alone, the dread wolf. He will come for us in the end, but today, he turned a blind eye. And for that, we are thankful. For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost lore, the walkers of the lonely path, and never again shall we submit. We are making arrangements to build equipment and gather as many of the Dalish together as we can.
Translated from the Elven tongue. Elder, your time is come. Now I am filled with sorrow. Weary eyes need resting. Heart has become gray and slow. In waking sleep is freedom. We sing, rejoice. We tell the tales. We laugh and cry. We love one more day. From an Uthanera, traditional elven song of unknown origin. Elder, your time has come. Now I am filled with sorrow. Weary eyes need resting. Heart has become gray and slow. In waking sleep is freedom. We sing, rejoice. We tell the tales. We laugh and cry. We love one more day.
You did it, outsider. You saved us from the ravages of the curse after all.
May the creators bless you, truly.
But Zathrian is lost to us, after all these centuries. He died heroically, I hope.
I'll tell you what you need to hear.
I would like a happy ending to his tale. He will be a role model for many Dalish children to come. Now, Keeper Natia prepares for us to enter into war alongside the humans. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
I, for one, look forward to fighting against these darkspawn creatures.
Do you now? Let's hope you return and tell us all about them. As for you, outsider, I expect I'll be telling tales about the Grey Warden one day,
I will say this. For a guy who likes tales, he does appreciate reality. He does appreciate why it is not a good thing to fight Darkspawn unless you have to. And Zathrian is not a role model for children. He betrayed your people. Maybe I should have told him the truth.
Our hunters are cured. We shall be forever grateful to you, Grey Warden.
It's wonderful to see Cameron and Gaina so happy. A little joy in such a sad time is not misplaced.
I thought a dwarf would be shorter. You're not so short.
Kids.
Our hunters are cured. We shall be forever grateful to you, Grey Warden.
That kid made
I
me
wish
happy.
I could see Orzammar someday. Does it really have a great lake of lava?
Yes, it does. There's lots of lava. You just make sure you don't get thrown into it. That was a problem we castless had at times. At least in my line of profession back then.
Poor Zathrian, to have died after all his long centuries of life. He will be missed.
It was for the best.
Poor Zathrian. To have died after all his long centuries of life. He will be missed.
I should have told them the truth.
I thought a dwarf would be shorter. You're not so short.
Should have told them the truth about Zathrian. Because by telling them the truth about Zathrian, maybe that would have got them on the road to changing the system so they don't place so much naive trust in the,
Allow me to say Masiranus once again for your assistance. You were marvelous how you handled her. I would never have expected it.
I should have told them the truth about Zathrian. By not telling them the truth, I failed. Maybe I failed the moral test of courage because I didn't have it within me to tell them the truth. I hope this turned out okay. I'll talk to you after I see if I can find her. I think I knew where she was and I didn't want to confront her. I'm hoping that she's okay. I want to talk to her first. Let's sell some stuff. I'm still putting it together. I think I failed the test of moral courage by not telling the truth about Zathrian. Because if I had told the truth about Zathrian, maybe I could challenge the Keeper system. Because he was allowed to abuse his power through the Keeper system and their trust in him.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield.
I'd like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but I have plenty that you may need.
See if there's anything new. And we can sell some stuff. I think part of what bothers me about not telling them the truth about Zathrian, about not having the moral courage to do that and being cowardly on that respect, is because leadership and power are corrupting. And I fear that that's an example of corruption. I used to be very committed to the truth. To want to always tell the truth. I'd soften things sometimes. I thought it warranted it, but I would tell the truth. And here, I didn't. Am I going to become like Zathrian? And commit the same failed acts that he did, that be the same failure that he was? I don't want to become Zathrian. But it might come to pass. It's the same kind of knife. Cheaper.
Ask me anything.
Sell it.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield.
I'd like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but I have plenty that you may need.
Thanks. There's one other thing.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield. I am no merchant, but I have plenty that you may need.
Okay. Once we get there, I'll talk to Leliana about what has transpired.